Diburei Emuna, the second chelek, Daf Kuf Beis. We said that the main chashivas, the main importance of the mitzvahs and tefillah is the Emuna. It says in Pashas Kitavai, after all the arurim, cursed be the one who does this and this, and cursed be the one who does that. After everything that is said, all these things that anybody who says them puts himself into a state, la'aleinu, a state of curse. It says, "Arura shelo yakim es divrei Torah." Cursed be he who would not erect the words of this Torah. It says, what's the addition of this particular generality, of Ora? You already said you said all this specific, cursed be this one who does this and does this and does this. Suddenly you go with another Ora, which is after everything you go with another Ora that Divrei Torah. What are you adding? The Ramban says that this is for somebody that is like free in his opinions, that is in the Beklolius, his mind is not subjugated to the das of Kodesh Baruch Hu. And he is called somebody who is not Mekan Klal, he's not doing anything at all. Because when he's doing a mitzvah, this mitzvah is not this doing is not a kiyum. It's not a preserving. It's not building something that stays. Because we're talking a person who does the mitzvahs without emunah. When Rabbeinu told Abnosim to be mechadish chidushim, he says when you're writing about emunah and you're writing about the tzaddik, let your pen run. Just write. Don't keep it short. Just run. Free your pen and write more and more and more and more, as much as you can without boundaries. So losen dependen unfehl. Es wird sich losen, so zu schreiben, was mehr, so zu sich nicht abstellen. Es ist write more and more and more, as much as you can, without boundaries. The Torah of Best, the Rabbeinu writes about the Diburim that are around the Emunah, that the Inyonim, the Diburim, all the things around the mitzvah. V'yoyim Hashem al Moshe daber b'nei Yisrael, should do this and this and this and this. Only there's a lot of different things that the Torah says besides the mitzvah itself. That Hashem spoke to Moshe, and Moshe came to Israel, v'chulu. All these Diburim which are around the mitzvah, the Rebbe says a very, very big inyonim. Torah of Beisla, the Rebbe says the inyonim is Emunah. Besides the Etzel mitzvah, like mitzvah tzitzis, in Pashat tzitzis, there's a lot of psukim in Diburim, before the mitzvah. And they're like Vayomer Hashem, V'daber Hashem. They're all Emunah. Everything that I do, and I'm Mekayim, this is the speech, is the Dibur of Kodesh Baruch Hu himself. This is the Kodesh Baruch Hu K'vodo Be'atzmai. Because and we're asking Lishmo V'la'asos U'lekayem, to guard and to do and to make sure that it stays. Es kol divrei Talmud Yosecha ba'ava. Lishmo, these are the mitzvahs Leisaseh. Lasos, to do the mitzvahs aseh. What he says, kol divrei Torah. Why do you learn all the words of the Torah? The Divrei Kodesh of Rabbeinu, now it's very easy to understand this addition. It's not just that we are Mekayim and mitzvahs aseh and lois aseh, but we also keep es kol divrei Talmud Torah Yosecha. All the words of Talmud Torah Yosecha, the words around the mitzvahs. In other words, we're Mekayim the Diburim around the mitzvahs, which is Shleimus Emunah. We believe Kodesh Baruch. These are the Diburim of Kodesh Baruch Hu. Everything that I'm doing comes from the mouth of Hashem to us. Ad kan Diburei Emuna, Rosh Chodesh Kislev, Alef Rosh Chodesh Kislev, V'tevas Kol Am Yisrael.